Ursula Bannister, a 79-year-old grandmother with a deep love for the outdoors, has a tradition that is both beautiful and heartwarming. Every year, she hikes to High Rock Lookout, a scenic spot near Ashford, Washington, where she spread her mother's ashes 23 years ago. This is no easy journey. The trail is 3.2 miles long and steep, making it a challenge even for the most seasoned hikers. But for Ursula, it's worth it because she brings flowers to honor her mother. One day, Ursula decided to make the hike on her own. Normally, she would go with a family member or a friend, but this time she felt confident. After all, she had done it so many times before. As she climbed the familiar path, she reached the top and paused, taking in the breathtaking view of Mount Rainier. The sun was shining brightly, and she felt more connected to her mother than ever. But when she went back down, things took a sudden turn. Ursula misstepped and caught her foot in a hole. She fell forward, and as she sat up, she realized something wasn't right. Her foot was twisted in the wrong direction. Ursula said, "I knew right away it was broken." Panic set in as she realized she was alone on the trail with a serious injury. She tried to stand up, but her leg wouldn't hold her. She desperately called out for help, and her voice was echoing through the forest. She waited for what felt like hours, and with each passing minute, the pain grew stronger. Other hikers saw her struggling and called 911, but help would take 5 hours to arrive. She asked if anyone had pain medication, but no one did. Luckily for Ursula, 2 young men arrived to help. Troy May, a 20-year-old U.S. Air Force airman stationed at Joint Base Lewis McChord, was at the lookout that day with his fiancée and a friend. Without hesitating, Troy lifted Ursula gently on his back and began the long, difficult hike down the mountain. The trail, which had been challenging for Ursula even when she was uninjured, now became Troy's task to bear. For nearly 3 hours, he carried her through the woods. During the difficult journey, Troy's boots started giving him painful blisters, but a stranger stepped in and offered him his shoes, allowing him to continue without delay. Troy wasn't the only one helping. Along the way, a physical therapist named Tim Meyer stepped in to help. He bandaged Ursula's leg and created a makeshift splint from wooden scraps. An occupational therapist, Emily O'Brien, helped calm Ursula's nerves, teaching her breathing exercises to manage the pain. It was an incredible display of teamwork and kindness from total strangers. As they made their way down the mountain, the group shared stories. They laughed and talked, trying to keep Ursula's mind off the pain. Once they reached the bottom, another member of the group, Leighton Allen, drove Ursula to Tacoma General Hospital, about 2 hours away. Troy followed behind in his car, making sure she was okay. At the hospital, Ursula learned the extent of her injuries. Her leg was broken in 3 places, but thanks to the quick actions of her rescuers, her injuries weren't as severe as they could have been. She underwent surgery and now has 11 screws and a titanium plate in her leg. For weeks, she's been in a wheelchair, but her doctors expect she'll be able to start walking again. Troy received recognition for his bravery. He was awarded an Air Force Achievement Medal for his role in the rescue, but he remains humble about the entire experience.
I definitely feel like I was put there in the right place at the right time to help her out.
To be able to carry me down the hill was above and beyond the call of duty.